Whoa, 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 what are you talking about? I didn't even make a mess. No. Wasn't me. Yeah, it was probably the cat. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time at Izzy's Harvest Hub, thanks for stopping by. Look at this beauty. This plant has a story to tell. I purchased this plant about 5 years ago for a friend. The plant stayed at her house on the windowsill. It didn't do so well, hence that she didn't water it. So what I did is I brought the plant back to my place, rehabbed the plant. The plant got so big that I moved it outside. Then after always staring at this plant, and I really don't care for mums. I'm more of an aster guy. That's funny. Now that I say that out loud, I'm an aster guy. Anyway, I like the plant so much that I made two. So here we are. I'm going to propagate this plant and make a dozen and create a nice border in a portion of my garden for springtime. So if I start this project now, I'll have as many of these as I want come spring. So let's move this guy back out of the way, make some room. I just have the solo cup here. It's amended with Pro Mix and down to earth organic fertilizer. It's a slow release fertilizer that has things like blood meal, shrimp meal, alfalfa meal. I feel like Forrest Gump when I say this sometimes. It's an awesome product. You know, perlite. It also has a compost biochar, which really helps with the diversity of the microorganisms. And speaking of microorganisms, it has worm castings. You can really see the worm castings here. It's really dark. Look at that dark soil. When you see really, really dark soil, you know there's just billions of little microorganisms ready to eat all those nutrients up and say, hey plant, I'll give you all these minerals if you give me a little sugar. So what am I using today? I'm using a Micro Bliss. Probably seen that in the thumbnail. It's just a mycorrhizal that's going to help extend the feeder roots and stimulate root growth, get those hormones kicking off. We can do this with just water in a cup. That's how I made these two plants. But I thought since I want a stronger root development because they're going directly into the soil, I want to just propagate them directly into dirt. So, and it'd be a fun project, kind of help fight the window blues. The window blues? That's hilarious. I didn't even mean to say that because I do set a lot of plants up in my bay window and it gets lots of great morning sun. And it does help fight the winter blues. Help fight the window blues. What am I saying? The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. All right, so I'm just going to get in here and take off 6 or 7 of these little cuttings and go directly into the soil with a little mycorrhizal in the soil. And something that we want to make sure we do is start off with really saturated soil. And that's going to be a key thing as we follow along with this little propagation series. We want to talk about watering. You don't want to overwater these. We could possibly get root rot. Or I guess it wouldn't be root rot if we don't have roots. So just rot in general. So you really got to watch how you water. And if you get good at your plants, you can, especially plants like this, you can pick them up and determine kind of by the weight. Like I've watered, like this is pretty fully saturated, almost. Now I feel that weight of the cup, and now after this plant sits in the windowsill for a few days, I'll pick it up and I'll give it a little, then I can tell. You know, after a while you get pretty good at guessing the percentage of the H2O that's still in the soil, and that helps gauge when to water. And I'm sure, you know, a lot of you guys, if you're watching this video, you're familiar enough with plants to probably know that. All right, moving along. We're going to cut off some of these beauties and get it going. Well, I seem to be making a mess. What we're going to do, these solo cups, I forgot they have slits in the bottom. Now, I just used a hot fork and went all the way around and created slits, but now we're creating a mess. So what I'm going to do is take another solo cup, and because it's the same size, they almost fit perfectly together. And you don't want that. We want a little gap. So I'm going to throw a couple stones in there to kind of elevate that plant. And now the water can properly drain off. I really could fill these up about half full, weigh them down, considering my cat loves to knock everything off the windowsill. All right, y'all, I did it. Hey, if you've stuck around for this long watching the video, I'd like to say thank you. And if this is something you might be interested in, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. We got to see how they do. We got to watch them in the next couple months. Anyway, I'll do a follow-up video, and hopefully they'll be outside growing in the yard with a nice yellow border soaking up the sunshine. Once again, thanks for stopping by Izzy's Harvest Hub. Peace. All right. What? You don't like the camera? You like flowers, Tori? You grouchy? You like the birds more? Okay.